All right. Good afternoon. Good morning. Welcome, welcome, one and all. Y'all are excited to be here. Well, I certainly am excited to take a look at some of this content, which unfortunately I have not had a chance to show to you all up until this point. But yeah, we're going to jump straight in here with a Thanquol quest battle. Take a look at some of the new units. Yeah, coming in the new Lords of the End Times DLC. Let's just quickly glance through a couple unit cards here before we get started. Let's start with Thanquol himself. This is going to be on Bone Ripper, his trusty steed, a giant storm fiend, which we'll get to those in a second as well. But he's got missile attack here with what it looks to be flamethrower. Yeah, spellcaster, of course, but has decent armor, decent HP, decent stats all the way around for melee, and then that crazy missile attack. He's also got a few abilities here. First, the Ineffable Scheme will allow himself to get a randomized buff, depending on how he rolls. We'll get a better buff, significantly better buff. That's kind of cool that it actually has like a dice roll mechanic. I really like that. Yeah, Warp Stone Addiction can give himself some damage resistance, one-time use, 33%, quite strong. Does have a mix of Lore of Plague and Ruin. Blessed with Filth, Warp Lightning, Wither, we've got Scorch, Plague, Cleansing Ruin as well. And he does have the Musk of Fear lore attribute, at least here. Causes Terror, of course, up on the Bone Ripper. But yes, then we've got Screech, Vermin King. He is a Vermin Lord, a new giant single entity coming for Skaven. He is a legendary hero version of it. Yeah, he's got a Bound Dreaded 13th spell, which can summon some Storm Vermin and does a big AoE explosion. He's got this Will of the Vermin King, which will make an ally unbreakable and enemy give minus 16 leadership, so quite good. He also has a mix of like stealth, and he actually has a mix of all three lores. Okay. Got Warp Lightning, Scare Leap, Death Frenzy, Trax Call, Vermintide, and Plague. Very interesting. Also has Protection of the Horned Rat, which gives missile resistance as he takes damage, which is always quite nice for a big single entity to have any kind of missile resistance, especially one that scales quite high. And then, yeah, got all three lore attributes as well, so quite an interesting big SEM, large armor piercing, caster, monster. Basically like a greater demon for Skaven, right? And then as far as other new things goes, we've got Storm Fiends here. This is a melee variant of Storm Fiends. Got the Doomflayer Gauntlets, armor piercing, anti-infantry, 90 armor. So you compare these guys to something like Rat Ogres, right? They are going to be more expensive, but they are better armored. They've got better leadership. They've got better weapon strength. So just a little bit heavier and better all the way around on these in comparison to something like, yeah, like a base Rat Ogre. We've also got, of course, the Rattling Cannon variant here, which has worse melee stats significantly, but of course has Rattling Cannons, does have okay melee stats, so like at the end of the battle when they've used up all of their ammunition, they can help, and they can defend themselves against like low tier stuff like light cavalry and so on, so pretty good and fun stuff there. The rest of the build is all standard Skaven fare, nothing we haven't seen before. And then, yeah, for this quest battle, we'll be facing off against the dwarves. I actually have not played this yet. I'm going to be going in completely blind. I'm sure some of you guys, if not all of you guys out there watching, have watched this on other people's channels. But yeah, let's go ahead and get things going here. Get into the battle and take a look at these glorious new additions to the Skaven roster. Definitely one of the rosters that has been struggling somewhat in recent times. Ooh, looks like we're facing off against a Grand Alliance here. Final battle, indeed. Okay, so this looks to be potentially the final battle for Thanquol's campaign. Quite a interesting army, but... Oh, the Warp Moon is being brought down to Earth. Okay. The Warhammer world, at least. Giant Skaven contraption.
The Great Horned One has drawn it close.
Nice.
Making plain his favor for Thanquol.
This cutscene is excellent.
Will grovel before my genius, for I was the one to see their weapon engine finished atop a corpse mound of rivals and pawns.
Appropriately unhinged.
Now, the surface dwellers scramble to deny my triumph. Keep them away from my engine, you pathetic flea dregs! No one shall keep me from gnawing on the warp moon's carcass. Come, come, full meat. Flock closer together. Make an easier target for the hail of fiery doom!
Wow. 10 out of 10. Absolutely love it. Love this quest battle map. Yeah, things are looking pretty epic here. Wow, just look at the scale of this thing. Almost very 40K-like in terms of scale, which makes sense. But, yeah, just take it in for a second there. Super epic. Yeah, unfortunately, this quest battle map not that great for multiplayer, because the visuals are spectacular. But, let's see here. So, if we take a look at our deployment situation, we do have some reinforcement points where we got some more units here, more rattling cannon, more Doomflayer gauntlets. Yeah, lots of just Skaven infantry and so forth. We've got some more rat ogres as well. So interesting. Okay, we've got 1,000 points to start with, so we can potentially get some reinforcements, or install reinforcements. Okay. How do we want to approach this here? Yeah, let's take a look. Good old Thanquol and Bone Ripper. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's got the quad arm flamethrower set up. Fantastic. Be a lot of fun. And the Vermin Lord. Oh yeah, just for scale, let's bring up some Plague Monks. Oh yeah, very appropriately scaled. I mean, very much looks like what's it called? The Incarnate Elemental Beast, almost like a similar scale, but very cool animations. Looks like he's be pretty quick. I like the third Warpstone eye. Very nice touch. Okay, so how do we want to handle this? Assess the forces here. So we've got a steam tank over on this far side. That should be interesting to try and deal with. Looks like they don't have a caster, but we do have an Arch Lector here, a Master Engineer who has a new emblem, and a Captain. That's pretty cool. A Swordsman. Handgunners. Okay. So, nothing incredibly scary, honestly. Kind of just like 3 armies of low-tier troops. Fine for now. I'm wondering if we'll get some scarier reinforcements. Hold out until the Morse Guitar engine's ready to fire. Yeah, I'm assuming we are going to get some reinforcements here, but Thanquol must survive. So, thinking how is the best way to handle this? Should we even bother like fighting for these choke points, or should we just let them come through and hammer themselves out? The one thing is, because of this map setup, because of these kind of broken walls, it does make using these cannons a little bit awkward. Like, yeah, if I start way back here, I guess a very small lane I can potentially fire through, but there's a lot of areas for them to get cover in. A little bit tricky there. Yeah, the catapults I'm not too worried. They can kind of fire up and over a little bit. But let's see here. Yeah. Tricky with the terrain for sure. Let's probably use the front line here. Get some space. Use the cannons. Effect. Best can. Yeah, this might end up being a mistake, but do think I want both the catapults on the dwarf side, so we can pound out some infantry. And then part of me is thinking I just countercharge the Empire, honestly. Like, maybe we get some melee troops over on this side. They don't have a ton of heavy cavalry, but I guess if there's going to be endless waves of reinforcements, maybe I don't want to be too aggressive. Get some halberds defending here. And let's get some defend in other places. We'll have the plague monks up here in the front as well.
Our tale is yours. Skaven. Yes, yes.
Guys. Here. As well. Yeah, the help it's a little bit tricky. I'm almost tempted to just keep it back for now until I can kind of roll up some missile units. And in order to do so, I'll probably want to get some Doom Flares in. Bring them in that side. Okay. Okay, let's put 3. Probably going to want him to fight high single entities, so I'll put him over here. I'm going to put good old Thanquol over on the right, I think, just because this dwarf stuff, other than the Slayers, can't really threaten him, and he can stay away from them just fine while still getting some good damage contribution. Let's get all these guys here. Yeah, maybe actually let's put the warp fire, or yeah, the poison globes over. Actually put the storm fiends over. That'll probably get a little more aggressive against the Empire. We can put rattling cannons to kind of help slow down the dwarfs a little bit over on that as well. Lost a victory point. Okay. Well, that's what gives me the thing. Okay, so maybe I need to keep one person back here for now. What enables me to bring in the reinforcements. That's good to know. How's the stream looking, guys? Looking good, sounding good. Finally figured out what some of the audio issues were that were popping up. For some reason it was like double tracking the desktop audio. Anyway, yeah, maybe I'll keep something a little bit cheaper back here, because maybe I do want Boy to hold the front line. So we'll just put a plague monk back here for now. These guys on 4. Join them on 5. Join them on 4.
Blade claw catapult. Make horde. Now, now.
Okay.
Warp lightning cannon.
Yeah, let's just mostly block the here. Let's get you guys here. Got those guys coming. Okay. Let's actually get some storm fiends, and let's have all you guys charge in. Nice. Rattling guns are putting in work on the thing there.
Yes, yes.
Oh, let's not do that. Okay, what is all this stuff? Hang on one second. Scruton Clanstone. We got Menace below. Okay, so we can Menace below on some of these archers here when they roll through. Wow, look at those storm fiends just tear through those gyros. That happens super fast. And then, yeah, let's see over here. Okay, so we're already getting countercharged by Empire. That's fine. Let's put these guys.
Mightiest and most cunning.
Coming up a plague to kind of break up their advance a little bit here. Nice, we got high elf cavalry locked in here. Self buff. There. Oh, nope. Miscasted that Scrutin Clanstone. That's fine. We are tearing the Empire lines to shreds pretty efficiently. Grab some cinematics of these Storm Fiends in action just for a quick second. Probably the most Skaven of Skaven units. All the clans, maybe not action, but most of the clans combining their might together to one epic package. Very, very cool. Okay, let's get back to here. Got some Slayers coming in. It's not ideal, so let's grab some Plague Monks. Actually are doing fine. Let's throw another of these guys back there. Yeah, so far so good, but I'd imagine things are going to continue to get difficult. Let's get him here. Let's do a little dreaded 13th summon right in the heart of the Elven formation. How's Lord doing? He's doing just fine. No problems at all. Let's do a little Overcast, Warp Lightning, Iron Drakes. And make sure the Plague Monks stay there. Nice, that big Terror Route and the dreaded 13th Explosion just did a ton of damage there. Is you want to see. Big old Terror Route. Yep. Excellent, excellent. Gotta be careful of those archers, though. So we can break everything here. Go after that Noble, maybe. Keep pulling up those. Use your supplies. Call for ratty reinforcements. Okay. Let's get more Doomflare gauntlets. Go after the Empire. That seemed to work well. And maybe another Help It. Why not? Sure. Rolling after that Steam Tank. Okay. Let's get some more Plague Monks, Death Runners over on this side. Send them out to attack. Is doing some damage here. Okay. Doing pretty good. What if I were to get some Flayers to go after the Empire as well? Let's have some fun here. Help It needs to go after the Steam Tank. You guys need that action going. We can smack the a little bit there. More Fiends, keep up the pressure. Stand your ground. Stand your ground, ratty boys. Hold. I think we're doing just fine, honestly. Yeah, these Storm Fiends feel very strong. They are rattling guns, of course. We're in a very favorable position here, but nonetheless. Okay. Yeah, let's come up here. Are they bringing in reinforcements, or is this it? If this is it, that is not that difficult, but yeah, let's get some more rattling cannons over here. Rattling cannon max, absolutely. Them up. Sure, let's go attack this guy. A little blessed with filth. Nice, point blank shots with the warp lightning cannons. Put them to work. Let's grab off the back line. Oop. Bit of an overtake. They were still healing, but that's alright. Have them come reinforce here. Attacking the steam tank appropriately. It completely destroyed the Empire, though, so let's go ahead and roll here. The players over here as well. Nice. Excellent. That steam tank. Kind of getting beat up by that thing a little bit. Let's put it back.
Agents of the council.
Come with a little cleansing ruin. Doesn't ever hurt. Screech coming back. Yep, okay, so they are bringing in some reinforcements. You can just kind of box them up on the edge here. Let's get all you. Different for some reason? Okay. Storm Fiends up. Like there's some ratty Space Marines. These guys moving here. Yeah, let's get here. Looks like we dispatched the steam tank. It appears so. Continue on. Yeah, no one's getting through here. No one's getting through here. Watch these Storm Fiends with the rattling cannons. Oh man, they look so cool. The engine is nearing full capacity. I didn't even realize they have a chest cannon as well. That's absolutely insane. Oh, Skaven are the most mad. I mean, they could stand up a little straighter, but that's okay. Yeah, I know. I got reinforcements. I know. Okay. Something big is coming, right? Oh, it's a lizardman? Nice.
Terrible droves. They breed nest half a world away. And why did my engine stop charging?
Uh-oh. Do we have to defeat the swan?
The Tooth Priest is tampering with it. Somehow. Kill him! Kill him!
Okay, alright. Alright, Storm Fiends, it's time. It is time, and you, warp lightning cannons, must fire the laser. Fire! Fire the laser! Okay, let's get some reinforcements here. What can I bring in? Let's do some more flayers. Let's do some more rat ogres. Get a little mobile run squad to start running some stuff down. Oh, we got a big lizard. We got a big lizard coming. Reach, get over here. Oh, he's going the other way. He's going the other way. He's juking. He wants none of that smoke, which who can blame him? But yeah, let's definitely pull back with Thanquol here. Don't not want to get him unnecessarily killed. But yeah, we can just throw some clan rats randomly back here. Right now, it's really just the rattling Storm Fiends are just putting in absolute work. So, but yeah, Screech, we gotta stay on him, buddy. Gotta stay on him. Go ahead and hit yourself with that Death Frenzy again. Yes, get the leadership down a little bit. Okay, Storm Fiend doing great. Yep, get these other Storm Fiends rolling here. Okay, we defeated all the Empire reinforcements, so let's get rolling there. Start hitting them. Might honestly just grab like some useless kind of stuff to defend this back here. Just in case anybody gets through. Yeah, let's also continue pursuing. Nice, that lizard blob is looking very juicy. Very, very juicy indeed. Screech has almost finished that guy, so we can go drop a bunch of AoEs there in a second.
Silent and swift.
Oh, no, we didn't quite finish him. Okay. We also have one bound red at 13th here, so let's get in position to do that. Beans back a little bit. Okay. Popped that right about there.
Lord Screech, Vermin King.
So we'll make sure we chase that guy off, just because I really don't want him coming back. Okay, yep, let's pop this. And then let's do a little self-plague. Get the AoEs dropping like it's hot. Very hot AoEs. Only here. Only here can you find such things. Definitely nowhere else. Nice. Big tear route takes hold. Let's grab Crack's Call if we can. Might be too far. You know what? Yep. Very far, actually. Let's just go after Thingrim. Snoutspeak. That's quite a dwarf name. Now some clan rats ended up over there. Let's not ask too many questions about that. Still dawn. Let's see about that flamethrower attack. Okay. Alright. That seems effective. Definitely seems effective. I don't know. Sometimes the single entity shooting attacks for Lords and Heroes not that impactful, but that seemed pretty good. Throw another plague right there. Feral boy. The Slawn still alive? I guess that is technically my target here. Go get that Slawn. Players on silver helms. But yeah, the hell pits in particular, both of them need to do the Slawn. And then Screech can go pursue the Slawn. Got an eagle. Got a rogue eagle coming back. Let's get a... Oh, that was the wrong kind of storm fiend. That's fine. Completely fine. Bend back there. Oh, Thanquol, what are you doing? What are you doing, Thanquol? Messing around. Fighting the Thane. Have our out of ammunition storm fiends go attack these dwarves that are right behind them. Players, you guys can all... Okay, looking good there. We get the Slawn down yet? Not quite. Pretty close. How you guys hold them off. Nice, Slawn's going down. Elpit's got him handled.
Retreat! Retreat!
We did get a force kind of breaking through a little bit here, so let's be aware of that. Let's drop a little bound dreaded 13 right on it. Not gonna do a crazy amount of damage, but yeah, it'll be enough to rout them, especially with the follow-up summon. Screech finishes that. Okay, Thanquol. Let's make sure we get back to safe position here. Guys are ready to fire. Blizzards. You guys come to collapse here. Oh, we did it. Did we do it? Firing preparations are nearly complete. Fire the laser. Yes, yes. It worked. It worked.
It works! See, just as I planned it! Scuttle free, little man things, yes! Let all know that torrent of warp doom marks the reign of Grey Seer Thanquol!
Wow. All right. All right. Well, there's that. That was a fun time. Definitely enjoyed that. Let's see. Yeah, should we load the replay? Just take a look and get some more cinematics and kind of talk a little bit more about the Skaven and about these potential additions. So, the Vermin Lords, I don't think they've shown publicly the stats on them necessarily. Maybe they have. I think they did another stream today with like the gash and stuff, showing off some of the end times. But yeah, so the Vermin Lords, having a giant SEM Lord caster is going to be quite nice. Having a legendary hero option for one as well is also really nice. Gives you quite a bit of flexibility. Yeah, and then like just in general, having like a spellcaster even on top of that whole chassis as well is potentially quite strong. So we'll have to see how their cost ends up being. I would imagine they'll be pretty close to something like, I don't know, like an exalted, yeah, like Herald, yeah. Not the Herald, the, like the, not, well, Bloodthirster, yes, they're not casters, but yeah, like the Exalted Keeper of Secrets, Lord of Change, maybe is a little bit cheaper, but yeah, the Rattling Guns, potentially an incredibly strong unit. I mean, Rattling Guns are already pretty good, at least in campaign. In multiplayer, they can be a little bit tricky just because of the lack of mobility, but, oh, that is the most cursed thing. Oh no, what the, oh my, no, he has like an Elvis haircut brain. What? No. No, anyway. Yeah, just the fact that you can have them on... Well, number one, they have a lot more HP than like a weapons team, right? Because they're actual monstrous infantry. They have the mobility of these monstrous infantry as well, so they can kind of reposition themselves, get into more of an ideal angle. They're also less of a pushover, like I said, against like even light cavalry. Certain types of light cavalry will struggle against them, so I definitely think the Storm Fiends, Rattling Guns are going to be a great addition. I mean, of course, everything depends on, like, cost efficiency, but, wow. Never see dwarfs turn into a red mist that fast. That was very, very brutal stuff. And then, yeah, the ones on the other side as well. The melee variant, like I said, it'll be nice to have something with a little bit more punch than Rat Ogres. Just with the heavy cavalry and the mobility power arms race in general, over the last few years in Total War Warhammer 3 has gotten significantly more dangerous, right? So Skaven, it's one of the reasons why you don't see them as much in competitive these days, because they really don't have power to stand in some of those engagements. I mean, granted, their ranged firepower is still excellent, and even to this day, in competitive multiplayer, you won't see a lot of infantry against Skaven for this exact reason, right? This dwarf army gets absolutely deleted because so many of Skaven's tools are great at just blowing up like tightly ranked infantry in particular, which is of course most of dwarves. But yeah, Screech here, the Vermin Lords in general, very fast, very fluid animation, super cool. I always like SEMs that are fast and fluid and athletic. Just, I don't know, it's that much scarier when something that big moves that fast. I like the animations. I like the anti-large bonus as well. Yeah, lore, mixed lore of magic. Let's take a look here. So he's taken a pretty good amount of damage, nothing too crazy, but yeah, he's taken like less than 1,000 damage so far, and he's already at 30% missile resistance. Wow. So this thing does appear to charge pretty quickly. I mean, I guess he has some base missile resistance, right? So once he has this thing fully charged, that would be what, say a 75% missile resistance, all things considered. Very, very strong potentially, and kind of helps. One of the biggest downsides of taking single entity monsters, it will make him a lot more viable against factions such as the High Elves, who will oftentimes take like just archers and cavalry pretty much against the Skaven. So it's nice to have that missile resistance for sure. But let's see here, what else? What else can we look at and talk about here? A little bit on Thanquol himself. Of course, I wasn't risking him super hard in combat, but you could see he was kind of just passively taking damage as the match went along. Battle went along. Only 70 armor is not great, and he does have pretty good base HP, but it's not, like I said, it's not great. It's not anything to write home about by any means. So he can definitely get crapped on by like heavy combat characters and single entities, but can definitely hold his own against lower tier stuff, no problem. And yeah, especially with like a 2v1 or with some assistance, he would be just fine fighting most single entities, I think. Yeah, you're going to have no problem throwing him in situations like that. So yeah, the flamethrower attack seems to be wanting to go off against Thane here, but yeah. Let's see, a little bit of Blessed with Filth. Nice spell to have in the toolkit. But yeah, I mean, it's really hard to comment too much about multiplayer just from one quest battle, but at the very least, we can look at some of these tools and speculate how they might fit into the roster, how they might fit into certain matchups and interactions. Definitely is going to be interesting. I do think the Storm Fiends, even though they're anti-infantry, I do think they'll be deployed against cavalry, just like kind of Doom players are sometimes. They're going to be a lot better than Doom players are, and depending on the cost, probably be relatively similar costs. So, yeah, there'll be a nice addition, especially if you get against like a very heavy cavalry faction, even like Empire or something, where 4 Rat Ogres is a lot, but that might not even be enough, right? Especially because Rat Ogre's leadership is not that great. They're relatively squishy as well. But hang on 1 second, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to just pause things real quick, take a phone call. I will be right back. I'm so sorry. Okay. All right, let's watch some more Storm Fiend hustle here. Yes, yes. Hi, Archmage, and I do plan on covering a little bit. We're gonna go through some of the Boris stuff as well. But figured rather than doing the video, I have relatively limited time these days. Rather than doing a video dedicated to each and doing what we're produced, why not just do a quick live stream, have some fun with it, kind of showcase you all. Yeah, and honestly, definitely excited for the DLC. I'm excited to get my hands on a full version that I can show you guys. This is, of course, just a demo version where I'm limited to showing only this quest battle and only the 10 turns of Boris. But as soon as I can get a full one to do some, red-blooded multiplayer, it will be certainly a great time. And as far as winners from this DLC goes, I mean, absolutely, Skaven are a winner. They're a faction that hasn't had an update in quite some time, so nice for them to get some stuff. Oh, we're gonna get another cutscene here.
No! How could it be that the scaly pests are here?
Cutscene is playing somewhere.
Terrible
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Warriors of Chaos and Nurgle are both big winners because of the additions coming there. Empire is obviously a big winner as well. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I don't know, actually. This might be the first one where Beastmen don't get anything, or maybe... Is it possible they get some stuff? I don't know. Beastmen have gotten something with almost every DLC, so... Nice chain lightning from the AI here, just wrecking my Stone Vermin. Yeah, I mean, as far as factions now that are in dire need of updates, like definitely Coast, Bretonnia, and Dark Elves are now the factions that have gone the longest without any kind of DLC. Lizardmen also would be like just on the tier afterwards, but as far as those factions go, like Dark Elves, I think only have characters left, I want to say. There's not technically any units. I mean, they could always do something like what they have done for others, where like the unit captain or battle standard bearer is basically turned into a full unit. Like, I think that's what Nasty Sculptors are, right? So, I mean, Creative Assembly can always find ways to try and pad out the roster a little bit, add some more things if they were going to do a potential like the Shiva style DLC for Dark Elves, or maybe they do a DLC that's literally only characters. Doesn't really have any units, maybe a couple RORs or something, but yeah, Bretonnia and Coast are also tricky situations because I don't know from a Games Workshop perspective like what they're allowed to do, what they're not allowed to do, but certainly hope that we can see some stuff there because those factions are in dire need of updates. Definitely in dire need of updates, but I don't know. I actually haven't looked to see if the Coasts are getting any balance changes. They're not getting any new stuff with this Lords of the End Times. You know, Vampire Counts are getting some new stuff. Doom Kings are getting some new stuff. Vampire Count's getting a full campaign rework as well, which looks quite excellent, I have to say, from the video they showed the other day. But yeah, nothing really for Coast, which is quite sad, but hopefully we'll see something in the future. Leave your thoughts in the comments below, or give the video or stream a like if you want to see some Coast updates. I'll put some polls out soon too and see what people think. Which faction should be updated first, what should they add, stuff like that. Not really sure, but anyway. Yeah, we'll kind of fast forward a little bit and to get to more glory here. Yeah. A little fiery convocation there for the Elfcasters. Putting in some work, definitely. Dreaded 13th explosion, of course. And then the plague. Yes. Thanquol, such a classic character. Finally fully realized in Total War Warhammer. His mad schemes are upon us. Hopefully he'll be competitive in multiplayer. I mean, his kit seems pretty good. There's nothing that really stands out to me as being, like, insanely strong, but just the fact that he's kind of a caster slash shooter monster is pretty unique. Like, I can't think of actually too many other legendary lords that are in a similar position, to be honest, so that's pretty cool. And it's a unique archetype for sure. Will it end up being competitive? It's hard to say. Bone Ripper is relatively slow, and that low melee defense, relatively low armor also means that it's a little bit vulnerable. He does have that base ward save, and yeah, he does have the limited time warp save. Yeah, it's basically a warp save, right, as well, so potentially get himself out of danger. And I'm assuming he'll have this bound Dreaded 13th in multiplayer as well, which is always nice. Like, bound AoE damage plus summon is probably one of the best things that you can have, actually, in terms of competitive play, especially in land battles where summons tend to be quite impactful. Although it is just an infantry summon, even still you get that explosion with it. But yeah, I mean, outside of that, I'm not seeing a ton here that would be like completely game-breaking for multiplayer, but I could definitely see him having a place. But oh man, there it is. There's his game-breaking ability. Wow. So the flamethrower attack is quite strong then. But like I said, people tend not to bring infantry anyway against Skaven, so I don't know. Maybe at some point I can do some testing, see how he performs against like cavalry and some other unit types. Maybe if it's good against like certain cavalry or monstrous infantry, maybe you could see it, but I lack mobility a little bit, and yeah, like I said, Skaven already have so many different things that can kill infantry. It's not, it really gives you that much that you don't already have access to. But also just having a mixed lore of magic is nice. And yeah, as far as how competitive Thanquol will be, we'll see. The Vermin Lords, on the other hand, I do think anytime you have a monster caster character, they are likely to be competitive if their stats are up to par and if they have good lore of magic. Something we see with the Night Goblin Shaman, Goblin Great Shaman, I should say, who got his spider mount with the DLC at Warhammer 2, was that he got his spider mount with, I think it was with Ron the Conscious DLC, I want to say. Now that he has a Rock spider mount, like, it's a pretty good monster, pretty good lore of magic, all in a very cohesive package. That makes me think that the Vermin Lords will probably be a competitive pick as far as Lord choice goes from this DLC. And Screech, I mean, if you do have a non-Vermin Lord and you want to take Screech, I guess technically there's nothing stopping you from taking both a regular Vermin Lord and Screech. Maybe they'll be considered super weapons and limited to one under tournament rule sets. That I don't know, but if that's not the case, then it's possible you could see some double Vermin Lord builds. Whoa, something just happened. Over? Did I win it? Is this now some first liminal replay? Okay, there we go. Now it's ending. So yeah, I mean, definitely very fun, definitely very cool additions for the Skaven. Eager to get my hands on it for multiplayer. We can actually see some values here. Obviously, I'm just playing against an AI, but still. Yeah, Screech the Vermin King got quite a bit of value there. Vermin Lords in general, I think, will be just awesome. And then, yeah, the Rattling Guns also just absolutely feasting. Doomflayer Gauntlet's actually doing very well also. So fun stuff. Definitely very, very fun stuff. Love me some Skaven additions. So, let's go ahead and go to the campaign.
Kazrak will fall.
It's just Boris.
Damnable fiend,
and we can quickly take a look at a couple of his units as well. Todbringer Guard will be in a new elite infantry for the Empire. They don't have any elite infantry that are Well, they don't have any elite infantry, right? They don't have any infantry over 1,000 cost. I'd imagine these guys probably will be. They got 10,000 HP, which is awesome. Big, meaty. They've got Sunder armor, great weapon strength, 110. Yeah, 110 armor, great weapon strength, great attack, defense, all the way around. Just superb infantry. Will be a nice addition for the Empire for sure. Wolfkin are kind of a mid-tier AP infantry, which again Empire did not have. Nice addition for sure. Will be good in some matchups to supplement your infantry power a little bit, rather than like, you know, taking like halberdiers or something. You can take these guys, which are going to be a little bit more aggressive. And then you've got the Warriors of Ulrich, who are anti-infantry dual hand weapon. Again, they're basically just swordsmen, but slightly more aggressive and anti-infantry focused. And then Knights of the White Wolf, one of the units I'm most excited for. They are cavalry that are armor piercing, essentially, right? Like Empire's answer to the questing knight. They are going to be nice. So let's go ahead and jump in. Warping my grinder till I brass orb. Pretty sure they said Coast is getting one, just didn't have time for this DLC. I certainly hope so. I'm a big fan of Coast, and like I have done a little bit of research on the Dreadfleet lore just because I am interested to see like what possibilities they could add. And honestly, if Creative Assembly has permission from Games Workshop, they could add all of the characters. Well, I don't know about all of them. I don't know if you really need like the Empire Admiral dude, but like at the very least, Van Geist, like a ghost shooter lord, right? There's the Chaos Dwarf, like naval lord as well, who I think would actually, like, adding another lord for Chaos Dwarfs would be really nice for them, and it would give them potentially like a different start location. You could put them somewhere out in the ocean on like an island or something, or, you know, just have a more naval focused Chaos Dwarf lord. I think that would be super cool. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump in. Watch this beautiful cutscene.
Fraught with peril. Of its frontiers, none are as grim as the Drakwold forest. Boris Todbringer, Elector Count of Middenheim, and Warden. Preyed upon for generations, his kin have dared only to endure. This will no longer stand. The tide of chaos will be met head-on, with blade and fervor. He vows to protect Ulrich's sacred flame. Sworn to the wolf god, Middenland goes to war.
Neat. Very neat cutscene.
Is Order's covenant against the hungering dark, the empire of men. Theirs is a struggle helped by faith, gunpowder and steel, as well as the charnel magic of those willing to dabble in taboo. For this land is not short of evils. In accursed Sylvania, the
Okay, I think we all know what the Empire looks like. Anyway.
Against the hordes from the north.
Yes. Let's get into it. Path to glory. Okay, we got a few others to talk about here. Let's talk about Emil Valgier. So, he is the R. Ulrich. He's like the Ulrican counterpart to, to Volkmar the Grim. And he already comes pre-equipped, so we can take a look at his items, of course. I don't think he gets Frostbite multiplayer, but he does get this Hammer Axe of Skull, which gives him a massive weapon strength boost to himself. He's also got the Wolf Plate armor, which again, I don't think has any multiplayer applicable effects. But the rest of them here, he's got this Fury of Ulrich, which is going to technically count as a bound spell. That's interesting. Causes fear and gives leadership to allied units, or allied units cause fear, rather, which also does technically make them immune to fear as well. He's also got the passive of that all Ulrichans have. All the units I mentioned earlier also have it. Crush the Weak, which will go up when they have units wavering nearby, which is okay. It's kind of a win more ability, but that's all right. I do think I prefer the old Crush the Weak, but that's okay. He's also got a little bit of spell resistance, just a tiny little bit. Not really a meaningful amount, to be fair. But, yeah, and then for his other abilities, I'm trying to remember any of these are... I mean, certainly some of them will be player, but we can look at the battle prayers for Ulrich. We've got this battle howl, speed, charge bonus. It's okay. Charge buffs tend not to be super impactful, but this one is a nice debuff for enemies, which is a good defensive kind of bonus for himself and allies. Then he's got the bombardment, which will just do damage straight up. So yeah, interesting. Yeah, the Winter's Chill in particular, this is the one that I could see being the most competitive, maybe, to help boost your defensive stats against a very offensive faction. But yeah, then let's see here. Fine Hunting Ground, plus 10% ward save whenever he is casting. Interesting. So I guess they do technically count as bound spells. Yeah, so whenever he uses one of those battle prayers, then he will pop that thing. And yeah, overall, he's a pretty potent character. He's got pretty good melee stats for kind of a support-oriented lord. Does have armor piercing at the very least. Boris also, he's got regular Crush the Weak now. He's got this Eye for an Eye, which gives himself Blinded on his contact effect, which is awesome. Blinded is the best contact effect in the game. He has a massive melee defense, melee attack, and accuracy penalty, so very cool. And little weapon strength buff as well is nice, but really you take it for that contact effect. Yeah, he has also got these items here. Leg Biter, of course, is the old Midland Rune Fang. Yeah, that's what it is. Used to be that this would heal. Now it actually gives the opposite effect, where it removes enemy healing. So somebody was recently asking me, like, how do you overcome heal blob builds? Well, if you have Boris at least, and you have Leg Biter, then you can at least temporarily shut down incoming healing target, which is nice. And then Talisman of Ulrich, this is what gives him regeneration. I don't remember if this is available to him in player. I'm assuming it will be. Otherwise, you know, Boris's whole thing is not really there anymore, unfortunately, because his whole shtick, you know, for years and years in Total War Warhammer multiplayer is he's the flying tank lord for Empire, right? You've got Lewin, who fulfills a similar niche for Bretonia, but like the flying lord who has regeneration, who can dive in, do a little bit of engagement, pull out, heal, and rinse and repeat, and that way really affect the battle in a pretty big way. And Boris has been one of the more competitive lords for the Empire through the years as a result of that, so really hope he retains that item in multiplayer. But yeah, let's see here. Let's jump in and play a few turns. I'm going to have to relatively speed through these 10 turns. I am, even after just that, running a little bit short on time, so like we're just going to auto-resolve this. And we'll take captives here. Little Obsidian Amulet, get all the quest pops, and go on to defeat the non-existent Skaven.
For the Ulrich's perk.
Okay, and then we're going to get some Fervor here, which is sort of the main resource for Boris's campaign. You can use it to do a lot of different things. Mainly, yeah, I mean, I think it's going to give us a little demo here. Stuff we can potentially do with it. Or no, I think we have to get a certain amount of it. Yeah, okay. One thing you can do is recruit units, which is not available, but okay, so not a lot to do except grab our skills, recruit a couple units here. Now let's get the infantry buff skills because we want that. Let's get the extra save movement as well. We'll come in here and get a few of these warriors of Ulrich. And we can also pop in an upgrade. Tempted to go straight on the Pistoliers, but no, let's actually just max growth. And can we also max growth here? Casualty replenishment rate. Direction. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it would more have to be differentiated in like his faction mechanics in terms of the Chaos Dwarf Naval Lord, right? Yeah. But it's definitely an interesting start for the Empire. I mean, you do start right in the heart of the Empire, right on the front lines against not only Festus, but potentially, depending on how diplomacy goes, like Lorelorn could get killed by orcs. You know, we have the orcs of the, what are they? The Black Pit happening here. There we go. Yeah, the orcs of the Black Pit could be a potential threat. Marienburg is one that I do want to get early good relations with, just because if they get into a war with Bretonnia, there's a chance that we can like fast confederate them and actually get Marienburg relatively early on. It is possible to do, but we need to make sure we have good relations with them. So right now I can't sign any agreements, but as soon as I possibly can, I want to start getting agreements with them. Actually, just check the diplomacy in general. I know it's only for 10 turns, but let's say I was playing this out in a more longer-term actual campaign. I would definitely come in here.
If you hope to walk off, may this
grab some, but we don't need to do all that today because we don't have a ton of time. But yeah, lots of diplomatic gameplay. Let's get Boris up here, right to the edge. We can't quite get all the way to Middenstag, so we'll just come up. And let's grab some archers just for a little bit of missile support. Trade them out later. There is still a lord for the ogres too, right? Who's like associated with chaos ogres, and isn't he also associated with chaos dwarfs as well? I'm trying to think of the name of the guy. I mean, I know we have plague ogres, but we don't have like undivided chaos ogres, right? Which are a thing.
Spare me the
Oh, interesting.
There are enemies to face.
Okay. All right, Boris. Go ahead and we'll follow the path.
No mercy.
Victory here. Immediately just occupy this place. Drakwall threat enabled. All right, so we get this little bar here that fills, and as it fills up, we'll get Beastmen invasions. Basically, it basically gives us free gold because we can go farm those Beastmen invasions for post-battle loot. So it's actually a benefit. Here we're gonna go through and grab. This one is awesome. Extra campaign movement range is amazing, so I'll probably grab this one first. This is also one that we're going to want to get pretty early on because the right that it gives is extremely strong. Stalking stance, guaranteed ambushes, which is insanely strong. So, yeah, unfortunately we can't actually build this one quite yet. We need to own one more region. I'm going to come in here and get the campaign movement one. These are the two I think that you should prioritize by far the most. There's another one here that will give you access to the higher tier units. You're going to want to get this one eventually, but especially at the start, these two will give you so much value. So yeah, let's see.
I stand ready.
And then let's go ahead and upgrade Carolberg so we can start to get Knight's Panther, or no? Well, yeah, let's do Middenheim first. Carolberg, you do get Knight's Panther on tier 2, though, so we could potentially rush those and maybe even get a couple in before the last battle. Yeah, we'll get growth in one turn here. That's good. Yeah, so now we've got access to these rights here. So we'll need to recruit. Yeah, we'll need to upgrade this building here to be able to recruit from that instant recruitment pool, but in the meantime, let's go get Boris some skills. Yeah, melee infantry skills, that's what we want. Battle prayer here. Throw down a quick commandment, and we're off to the races. Oh yeah, I am excited. Anytime Empire gets new stuff, I am definitely excited. And the additions this time legitimately are things that they didn't have before. And then there's the Celestial Hurricanum, who's also here, which honestly haven't really got the chance to use. So we'll Definitely won't get the chance to see it today, but oh, interesting. Terror day and night. Get a little quest pop. We did. Oh, it's a little Beastman Herdstone. Look at that. Okay. All right. Yeah, let's go ahead and boost Karaberg. And then we are not currently at war with anyone. I think I actually forgot to recruit anything last turn. That's okay. I could go fight Festus immediately.
Champion
See,
of
what's
all
Festus rocking over here? It looks like he's pretty weak, honestly. Probably should have recruited some more units on the last turn end, but that's okay. Got what, 12 units plus the garrison here is pretty weak as well. We could probably take him. Yeah, we're here for a good time, not a long time. Let's go for it. Ooh, it's a lot of Chaos Warriors. A lot of Chaos Warriors. I think we'll be alright. And if not, it's totally fine. Absolutely fine. Ooh, okay, so he's got some Flarekin. See, one of the new units, at least, that's coming for Warriors of Chaos and Nurgle, I believe. Are they available for Nurgle? I actually didn't check.
Loyal servant
That doesn't... Balance Power doesn't like us immediately, which I can't say I'm terribly surprised, but let's see. Cannon fodder, literally, will be probably the Trolls. Those Flarekin are also decently dangerous. Anti-infantry, they are very light, though. Like, even our archers could light these guys up, so I think we'll probably save them. Focus fire them down with our archers. They do look amazing, by the way. Yeah. Yeah, as if Warriors of Chaos needed another, like, mid-tier DPS infantry, but here we are. They are going to kind of be competing for, like, Forsaken and stuff for a similar niche, but, yeah, interesting. Definitely very interesting. I think that's all the new stuff they have in this army, so... Let's, yeah, part of me is tempted to go up on the high ground, try and focus them a little bit, but my cannon is not going to be able to get good line of sight if I deploy up here right at the start. It's going to lose some time kind of shooting, so yeah, we'll just stay out here in the open. Maybe I'll put, like, my cav up here left. Have him lead for now. And yeah, infantry, let's just figure out what we got. Main line of Warriors of Ulrich are relatively tattered, so I'm not expecting them to last a super long time. Let's see, spears out on the flanks. And let's put the two heavies just kind of back a little bit for when front line inevitably folds. Can reinforce. Okay, cannon on 6. Yeah, am I in range to start shooting the trolls right away? I think that's going to be my best bet, is just to try and knock models off the trolls with this thing. And I guess I could light up some Chaos Warriors of Nurgle as well. That might be a good choice. Definitely possible I get wrecked here, but you know what? That's fine.
Fear not the foe before you, for they quake in their boots at our approach. For Ulrich, for the Faustschlag, for Middenheim!
Let's wait a little bit.
Triumph! Yes, sir!
They are gold chevron trolls. Yeah, they are rank. What is that? Rank 7 already. So, oh, we did kill a unit model. That's what we want. Yay, Pistolier Captain. I know, right? I should have just immediately recruit a bunch of Pistoliers. Honestly, probably wouldn't be bad given the enemies that we're facing early on. A lot of Beastmen, a lot of Warriors of Chaos, maybe a little Norska, maybe a little Greenskins, all of which Pistoliers would be decent against. Nice. Might take out that unit model there, but doing some very solid HP damage. Oh no, we did take out a unit model there. Nice. This is what I'm talking about. Every troll that dies can't heal, so we'll let him have it. There we go. Get the AI moving. Let's see. Maybe I'll throw some shots at this.
Boris Todbringer, the White Wolves. Ulrich's will.
Yeah, we'll have Boris run after him.
By Sigmar's will. Let it be done.
Possible they could just fail to get any shots on him. Go back to shooting the trolls, you useless. Useless cannon crew. Speaking of useless, almost didn't stop those hounds, but we did stop them, so that's good. Let's go ahead and poke Zai out. And get you guys on guard mode, ready to just light up those Flayerkin. Really beat down those Furies. These Flayerkin are also in for a world of hurt. Don't have very much defensive stats, so let's let's go ahead and pile on. Boom! Yeah! Oh yeah, look at the charge of the Knights, the White Wolf, flattening the Flayerkin. Flattening the Flayerkin. Let's make sure that we are focus firing this other unit here that is currently tearing apart my front line. Some counter charges here. We're counter charging trolls, which is not ideal. Mutagens, let's get you in there as well. Spears also. Nice. Won that engagement pretty decisively. Let's roll over those Chaos Warriors next. I'm gonna need that armor piercing. Okay, cannons are gonna fire point blank into those flares.
Honor strengthens our result. Prepare for
Oh, Boris, Boris, Boris! Let him get too crazy. Oh, did he rout? He routed. Shoot. Okay, that's okay. Our Ulrich will come save the day. Yes, things are going well, aren't they? They must be. Yeah, the Mutagens are coming into hammer time. Do just fine against those Chaos Warriors. Boris is back. Let's have him just chill for now. Have the R. Ulrich maybe come in and deliver some justice to Festus. We can have Boris come at the same time.
Yes, sir.
Very nice. Light up those Chaos Warriors with archers. Okay, let's get these guys back in the fight here. Shoot. Kind of got bogged down against those Chaos Warriors. Not what I needed. Need these guys elsewhere, so let's just run away from them. Very bravely.
Soldiers of the Empire.
Okay, let's pop some prayer buffs. Pop weapon strength buff. Really try and punish Festus here. We need to get him down. I don't have any AoE spells to blow up that blob, unfortunately, so we're just gonna have to keep working with what we got here. Namely, these Knights. Let's charge those Chaos Warriors so we can really free up this character fight in our favor. Have to hit these Marauders next, I think. Dang, it's slowing us down significantly there. A little Curse of the Slug, nasty. Festus. Might have bitten off more than I can chew here, folks. We'll see. This is going to be a tight one. Cannon crews stand wide. Boris is basically done for at this point. I don't know if I can really use him too much more. Let's just recharge these Marauders, I guess. Stuff come back from right over here. That's good. Knights are struggling, honestly, in this engagement a little bit. Let's recharge. Keep them on the move. Also keep our Ulrich on the move a little bit. We maybe get a little surround on this guy here. The cannon crew got pretty beat up at the end of the day there. That's not great. Ulrich units do have great leadership, though. They are fighting to the absolute bitter end, which is definitely good. But, yeah, I don't know. I think I probably lost this one. We had a few good initial engagements there, but I let Boris take way too much damage. Nope, nope. At least we got to flatten some Flarekin. Boris is risking it for the biscuit here. Can we take out Festus? I think Boris just is losing to Festus. Wow, that's terrible RNG. That's so funny.
In Ulrich we trust. Lay claim to honor. First to the front. Inspired by bravery. Keep pace.
Maybe. Maybe?
Charge!
Never say never.
Rebels aim! We're ready! Knights of the White Wolf!
Oh, is our Ulrich gonna do it? Come on, do it. Do it, finish him. Finish him, yes, finish him. Dang, okay. We might get a carry here. Oh, he got him. Yeah. Yeah, I think Boris just went down, though. Or routed, at least. Okay, let's go see if we can finish off Festus now. Nice, nice, nice. Two gens are holding. They're actually winning, somehow. In with those spearmen. Okay, shoot those marauders there. Nice. I think Vagir's gonna carry. Valgir, sorry, Emil.
The Empire endures.
Nice, we got Festus down. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing. That is a thing of beauty. Okay. Keep these guys back. Let's go ahead and move over here. Pick these Chaos Warriors. Still so many Chaos Warriors. But I think if we... No. Knights are not wanting to stick around. Who can blame them? Been through it. Still so many Chaos Warriors, though. I don't know if my two Djinns can kill all of them. Yeah, literally, like, recruiting 3 extra units on that turn-in would have probably made the difference, but we'll see. We'll see. We're gonna go ahead and charge in here and do.
Divine power is mine to wield.
Maybe I can get some fear routes. If two Djinns route, I am absolutely done.
Under Ulrich's gaze, faith in the past. No lingering.
Let's pull out of those halberds.
Show them no mercy. Do not falter.
Yep, two Djinns routed. I think I lost. Yeah, I'll fast forward to this then. I'm very confident this is the end for me. Yep.
Ulrich, speak through me.
I don't know. Valgir is just he's a beast, honestly. Beasting it out right now. Not wanting to give up. Oh, maybe he's wavering now. There he is. Okay. Yeah, that's army losses. It's actually pretty close. Literally just forgetting to recruit 3 units on the turn end is the difference, but there you go. Yeah, we'll take a look at a couple of their units real quick. I'll just look at their stat cards, and that's probably going to be it for me for today, honestly. But yeah, just having some fun. You know, we got to flatten some Flarekin at the very least, but definitely left my Knights of the White Wolf up in that combat for too long. Should have pulled them out quite a bit earlier. And yeah, the Curse of the Slug, honestly, by the AI, really neutered that charge in the center. Not able to get that engagement decisively in my favor, and Boris kind of just got beat down there a little bit. So, yeah. Definitely one of those things, campaign, where you gotta be careful. Like, this would pretty much be campaign over, I think. Maybe not fully, but I'm pretty confident that would be campaign over. But regardless, let's go ahead and just quickly talk about here. If we go to Karlberg. Yeah, Knights Panther. So they're anti-large. They're very similar in stats to... Well, I think they're better even than Reichsguard. So I will imagine these guys are probably going to be relatively expensive. Unfortunately, their AP isn't amazing, and their charge also isn't amazing. So you really are paying for like good armor and really nice attack and defense stats as well. Their HP is also not super high for a cavalry of this cost. So we'll see how they end up being in multiplayer balance-wise. They do have immune to psychology, which is nice. Definitely quite nice. And then, yeah, the only other new unit I didn't really talk about, well, I guess there's the hero, regular Priest of Ulrich, who has the battle prayers that we saw. And then the Hunting Hounds, of course, for the Empire. You pretty much will never recruit these in campaign, but in multiplayer, they will be nice in a number of matchups to add out your mobility section, just to give you some more numbers of stuff. And there is an ROR Hound as well.
Boris Todbringer.
I go back to my territory with my tail between my legs. Yeah, there is the Hounds of Ulrichsburg, who I don't know what they have different. What are they having? Courage, it looks like? Subject to change, of course. Everything's still a work in progress here, but it looks like maybe they just having Courage, which is kind of not that good for an ROR. So, yeah. Hopefully don't get something more in the future. But then, yeah, I mean, there's also the Regiment Renowned Knights, the White Wolf, Beowulf Brotherhood here, who have Unyielding Assault, and they also get the Berserk trait, which does make them go out of control occasionally. Harkens back to kind of like medieval knights who would sometimes just charge without orders. Very cool. Teutogen Guard as well. They've got anti-infantry, and I think just even better stats all the way around. But yeah, actually compare directly. Yeah, it looks like mostly just the anti-infantry. I don't know, maybe they're still, again, work in progress on the ROR side, but that's basically it for the Boris campaign of what I can show you right now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this relatively short stream today, but we'll be back tomorrow with something very special, and Thursday
I will make a
be resuming with just regular multiplayer content, so be sure to stay tuned for all that. Thank you all so much, you guys who joined live today and who are watching after the fact. It's been my pleasure.